Oh, there you are, YouTube. Okay, we just woke up. It's October 1st. It's time to hit up our Halloween Advent calendar. We're going to pull out the first movie. Let's go see what it is.
This paper, do you want to pull that out?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Flip it over.
Good job, buddy.
Flip it over. Oh, don't be afraid of the dark.
Oh. All right.
Here,
Don't be afraid of the dark. What year did that come out?
Me.
Probably 2011?
Me.
2011?
That's my guess.
Me.
All right, that's our movie for tonight.
Me.
I'll watch that movie. So every paper that we pull out,
Yeah, we got that
we
pumpkin.
watch whatever movie.
And the big
it's
pumpkin stuffy. Can you show me that? That's
Are there
awesome.
pumpkins on it? No, don't pull any paper out, okay? Don't pull any more out.
And what's on your shirt?
Yeah, there's pumpkins there.
Skeleton
There's
kitties?
little
You're all set.
guys. You can't- Very
Admiring the
cool.
calendar.
Many hours later.
We just put the kids down for the night, so we're going to get the movie started. Well, we got dinner over here, and then we're going to get the movie started. We're going to have to stream it because we don't own it. This is going to be a first-time watch for me. Very excited to see it. And there it is, and all we got to do is press play. Okay, the movie is over. Let's. I'm just going to talk about it as if you have seen it. So I don't know. I guess there will be spoilers, but basically I'm just doing this so I don't have to give a synopsis because I feel like those, can get boring. So I like movies that have the house sort of as a character within the movie, and that's sort of what this movie has. Like movies like Rebecca, or like the '90s Casper, or the '90s. Addams Family movies. I mean, the show, is that way, and I guess it started out as a comic strip. But Crimson Peak, I think that one is like one of the best examples. I really love the house in that movie. And this movie sort of has that as well. I wouldn't say it's as successful as the other ones that I mentioned because it's more located specifically in the basement and almost the basement alone. I mean, the whole movie doesn't take place in the basement, but that's like really where you are feeling a lot of these the house is alive sort of things. And I think it does it pretty successfully down in the basement. But it's not necessarily that the house is alive, but they have like in the basement sort of this gateway where, well, I guess I'll get into the movie a little bit. Basically, this is the true story of the Tooth Fairy. When you lose a tooth and put it under your bed, this movie explains why you get that silver dollar coin. Yeah, basically this house has a portal, not a portal, I don't know, maybe it's a portal, or just a gateway to where the Tooth Fairies all live, and they're like these little rat-looking things. It's just kind of funny because they do look like these rat animals, but they're like fashioning tools out of like paper clips and like little thin rods that they can find, and they're separating scissors so that they have knives, and they're fighting this family that just moved in and they're trying to remodel the house, and they're trying to like eat this kid, like sacrifice this kid, kill the kid, so that they, I don't know, it's like a pact with humans or something like that, where if they are able to eat this child or take this child down with them, then they will, serve up coins for teeth or something like that. I can't remember. I know I just watched it, but I'm just doing a bad job of explaining it. Which is funny. I had no clue that this movie was basically a Tooth Fairy story. And the title is one thing I don't think I like about this movie, because it's called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. These Tooth Fairy creatures, I guess are afraid of the dark, but that has very little to do about the movie. It should have been something about Tooth Fairy, teeth, something like that. I don't know what you would call it. Teeth, I know there's a movie already called that, but I think that might have been a better movie. But they also, I think, wanted to like reveal sort of in a twist sort of way that these little rats are Tooth Fairies. So that's why they're not going to do that. But I just think the title's kind of lame and boring and not that good. People who are in this, Katie Holmes, she's good, and the fate of her character, I think she deserved better because she was like a good person. Where her boyfriend, Guy Pearce, who I kind of think is a bad actor that just gets lucky a lot of the times, or he's a good actor that chooses to act well in some movies and not in others, and I think this is a movie where he chose to not act well, just sort of phone it in, but phone it in poorly. It's not like phone it in to where it's like you're so good you can phone it in. It's kind of phone it in, and if I'm not trying hard, I'm not doing very good. His character deserved much worse because he was kind of like a neglectful father, but I don't know, he didn't deserve worse, but basically I'm just saying Katie Holmes didn't deserve what happened to her. Guy Pearce wasn't that good. So anytime he was saying something, delivering lines, some movements he was making, was kind of like, ooh, I don't know. Is this a bad movie? And I mean, the movie it's like horror fantasy, right? So the creatures, the fairies that look like little rats are, fashioning those little like paperclip weapons and things like that, and poking and trying to unlock doors and turn on lights with their little tools is kind of silly, and it's very earnest when they are doing it. So it's just kind of funny on accident. I don't think it's supposed to be funny. Maybe it is supposed to be funny, but I feel like the movie itself is not presenting itself in a way to where it's like, hey, kind of laugh at this a little bit. And I think that makes it a little awkward to see the fairies using these tools in such a earnest film. But I don't know. I feel like as I'm talking about it, I'm enjoying it more than when I was actually watching it, which happens a lot to me. I just like to have a discussion about movies, and then it's like, you know what? You're right. We're having a good talk about this. Maybe this movie was totally worth it. And I'm not saying this movie wasn't worth it, but like as I'm talking about it right now, I'm liking it a lot more. So I don't know. Yeah, don't be afraid of the dark. We watched it through, I don't know, Shudder, AMC, something like that. I don't know, we got all these different apps. And that was our first film for the Halloween Advent. Who knows what tomorrow's going to bring. I think we're off to a good start. That was a first time watch for me. Had never seen it. My wife had seen it maybe 3 or 4 times. And she just... And this is a remake also. There's a 70s version. She showed me a couple clips from the 70s one. And that looks like a good time. So I really want to see that one because it has sort of the same thing where it looks earnest and it looks silly on accident. And I don't know, I really want to see it. I want to check that one out. But so I guess that's my review. Thank you for joining me for the first day of Halloween Advent. I hope you'll continue on. If you've seen this movie, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. I want to talk more about it. I want to talk more about all these movies. So stay tuned the rest of the month, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Peer Hangout.